All right, everyone. Happy greetings, everyone. I am Crystal Forman. I'm the owner and educator of Holistic Wellness and Health. Today, we are making a garden fresh tomato soup and a beet and berry smoothie bowl. So we're going to get started. For those who know, usually on Fridays we go live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time to 7 p.m. today because we were engaged in the Cllctively Give event. And make sure, so we're broadcasting on Black Vegetarian Society of Maryland's Facebook page, as well as Holistic Wellness and Health's Facebook and YouTube channels. For Black Vegetarian Society of Maryland, we are raising money for all of the activities that we do throughout the community, throughout Maryland, teaching people how to have a nice, healthy, plant-based lifestyle, and we include learning about gardening and meditation, all that stuff as well. So you can go to Cllctively Give, go to the page, and look for Black Veg and donate. We're taking donations until 11:59. They're doing prizes throughout the day. So definitely, this is a great day to have your funds matched. So check that out. So we're going to get started with our tomato soup. So I have tomatoes from the farms. These are from South Baltimore City. So we're going to start with our oil. I'm going to turn my frying pan on. If you're here live, say hello. Let me know you're here. If you're watching this as a replay, put hashtag replay and say hello as well. Let me know that you want. And throughout, I'll take some breaks and just check to see if there's any questions, comments as we're going along. Yeah, so tomatoes are very plentiful right now. We are in summer, and it's really hard not to find like tomatoes and eggplants and squash at a lot of the farms. If you're in eastern part or even the western part of the United States and South U.S., really, like that's what's plentiful. Tomatoes, cucumbers, squash, eggplant, and some farms are growing beets as well. So we are going to use some of the beets for our beet smoothie. I'm going to get our onions and our oil. It's getting nice and hot. So this is a blended soup. So I'm going to use the blender for our smoothie first, and then we're going to use it for our soup. So while the soup part is cooking, we'll make our smoothie. Yes. So I have my onions going, and while that's going, I'm going to put in about 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. I'm using jar today. I know y'all usually see me using fresh, but yeah, time crunch. We're going to use what we have that's really ready to go. The jar, so you could also use the dehydrated minced garlic for this. When you hydrate it, it will actually just look like fresh garlic. So it's really handy to have as well. Just letting that heat up. And I've already rinsed off the tomatoes. Because this is a blended soup, it doesn't have to be perfectly cut. I'm going to just coarsely cut it so it cooks pretty quickly. So that's my goal there. So I'm just cutting through coarsely. And there we go. So for those who know about the Cllctively Give, they did something a little different with this past couple of days, and they did the scavenger hunt. So that's part of what I was doing today. So that got us a little bit behind schedule, but it's been fun. For those who don't know, Baltimore City has the second most Black-owned businesses in the United States. Atlanta is #1, so we're just behind Atlanta. And we have a lot of female-owned, female Black-owned businesses, both in Atlanta and in Baltimore. And I learned about a lot of businesses that I did not know about. So it was a great day just to learn about different parts of the city, as well as different nonprofits and businesses that are out there. So definitely take a look at Cllctively. Look at their website and see like the different businesses that are out there. It's really like cool just to see what everyone's doing and a lot of different partnerships as well. So we've got about 1.5 pounds of tomatoes. If you have cherry tomatoes, you can use that. Heirloom tomatoes are awesome for this as well. One of the best tomato soups I've ever had in my life was using garden fresh, like it was vine ripened tomatoes, like right off the vines, and like cooked it. Same recipe, awesome, best tomato soup ever. Definitely better than the canned stuff. Put in a teaspoon, actually half teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. If you want to add more, you can. You all know I love the pink salt, pink Himalayan salt. That's from the Dollar Tree. And to that, I'm going to add in some thyme. So you can either do 1 sprig of fresh thyme, put it in there, let it cook, and then pick out the whole sprig. Or if you are using just dehydrated, I'm going to put in a half or dried half teaspoon of my thyme leaves. And this is starting to get nice and hot, so kind of, you don't have to let the onions get like caramelized, just a little translucent. And you can add either water or broth. I'm going to use water. I usually use water for this. It's actually pretty flavorful. And for thickening agents, you can use rice, quinoa, anything like this. So just a tablespoon is all you need. I am going to use quinoa. But I've done this with brown rice as well. And it's going to just get blended, so it doesn't even have to cook that long. This is really good thickening agent. That is it. So believe it or not, super, super, super simple recipe. Super delicious as well. I'm going to put the top on. I'm going to go and add the water now when I'm thinking about it. So just 1 cup of water. Actually, do half a cup. Those tomatoes are pretty juicy. We're going to let that cook for a few minutes. And while that is cooking, we are going to make our beet berry smoothie. So we have our beets from Moon Valley Farm. I am using fresh beets. Some people like to cook their beets before they put it in smoothies. I'm trying to get as much raw food in my diet as possible. So we are going to use this raw. Cut off the ends. Some people peel their beets, some people don't. This is organic, so I am not going to peel. So might be a little earthy, but it's all good. We're gonna beets are very, very sweet. Very sweet. So you don't really have to worry about adding a lot of sugar. Some of the sugar that are in stores, like in supermarkets that you buy, is actually beet sugar. So sometimes the sugar is made cane, and sometimes it's actually made with beets. That's how sweet beets are. So we're going to put in about a cup of beets. So about 1 beet. Then we're going to add in 1 cup of frozen mango. If you have fresh mangoes, that works as well. If you're using all fresh, you might want to add a little ice to it to chill it. I'm using 1 cup of frozen blueberries. Once again, this is blueberries are pretty plentiful right now, so if you're using fresh, that's awesome. Just you might want to add some ice to this, and I'm going to add half of super ripe banana. So you want to have the brown spots on it. They've shown that the brown spots actually have properties for reducing certain cancers. So I don't know exactly what the chemical property is, but there's a lot of research on that, so you can just look that up as well. I love to use ripe banana. Some people think that when it's starting to get bruised, it's like no good. but it makes the best banana bread, banana pudding. All the banana desserts are best with super ripe bananas. And to this, I'm going to add just some apple juice as my liquid. You can also use pineapple juice. I am going to add 1 cup. So we're making smoothie bowls today. So we do want a little on the thicker side. I did not bring the tamper for this. So if it gets too thick, then it might become just a smoothie. So I'm going to turn this on. Right. So this is actually pretty liquidy. So I'm going to taste it and see if it needs anything else, sweet or not. Oh, that's really actually it's pretty sweet. I don't think it needs anything. Maybe a little ice. So I'm going to rinse my hands off and get just a couple sheets of ice, and just mostly to make it thicker. And it's ready, really. So I'm going to make 3 cubes. Blend it some more, and it's ready. I have my nieces and nephew, or yeah, nieces and nephew with me today. They like this. It's no different. And I'm going to pour it into a bowl. Keeps it that completely. Sorry. Blend it a little more. Then you can top this with berries if you want. Sliced banana or any other fruit. This is great with granola on top. Just use a spoon and eat it, and you're good to go. So this is a super energizing breakfast. I actually love beets because it's very high in iron and other minerals, nutrients, antioxidants, all the good stuff, calcium included. But it's also very energizing. So for people who are trying to decrease the amount of caffeine they're drinking in the morning, this is a great way to get your morning started and get a lot of energy and a lot of phytonutrients as well, and just a great start to your day. So this is ready. This is our beet berry smoothie. You can taste the beets a little bit, but it's really sweet. So let me I'm going to pour this in here. I'm going to rinse out our blender for our soup. So we're blending hot soup. So this is looking good. I don't see how much you all can see here. So you could just eat it as a nice chunky tomato soup. But today we are going for a blended soup. I'm just going to take a few more minutes, rinse this out, and we're going to blend it in batches. Right back. So make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel for Black Vegetarian Society Maryland, as well as Holistic Plant-Based Educator. Right. I'm going to turn this off. So this is also a very quick soup. Quinoa usually takes 15 minutes to cook, but like I said, we're just using it for thickness. So when you're blending something hot, it's good to have either something like this where you can vent it, you can top off, or just make sure you're just on small amounts at a time. If you blend on high speed with a lot of heat and no way for the steam to escape, it can actually cause issues and actually make it slow, which is not a good thing. Put some of this in. So if you have any questions or comments about anything, this is a good time to let me know. I'll be over it in a minute. So I can actually get this all in. There's enough space in the top. Make it safe for me to still bend. So always start on low when you're doing this, and then you can increase the speed. Turning it on. So if you like your soup a little chunky, you don't have to blend it super smooth. I like the tomato soup to be a little smooth. So you can see it's just a tiny bit of chunks, but it's pretty smooth otherwise. It's a lot of steam coming out of here. This is our garden fresh tomato soup. And we can serve this in a bowl as well. So I'm going to check questions before we end this. All right. I see Miss Matthews says, hi, Crystal. Hi, Miss Matthews. And I see we have several people watching, so I can't tell which channels you are watching from, but definitely I'll go back and check all 3 channels just to check any comments. So if you have any, tag me, Crystal Forman, or tag Holistic Wellness and Health, and that'll make sure I actually see the comments if you're watching this as a replay. So we are done for today. Once again, make sure you are supporting the Black Vegetarian Society of Maryland in our Cllctively Give Day. A lot of the funds are being matched, so this is a great day to donate. And also check out some of the businesses that participated in the scavenger hunt. There are some great businesses out there, so it's been a fun day just to learn about different organizations and businesses that are doing awesome work in Baltimore City. So check that out and support some of the businesses you can actually support online by making purchases. So that's cool as well. So I think that is it for me. I will see you all next Friday, hopefully at our normal time for our live at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And make sure you check out the YouTube channel as well. Peace, love, and blessings, everyone. See you next time. And I'm just going to show you. This is our Can you make smoothies tomorrow? I am busy tomorrow, Miss Matthews. Sorry, but I will catch up with you later for sure.